Hey guys, and welcome to A Gunner Down Under. In today's video we're going to be previewing Arsenal versus Swansea City. Okay, so moving on from the disaster that was Old Trafford and Manchester United, we all know what happened. We lost 3-2 to a young team, and everyone's kind of lost control in the last couple of days. There's always something about it and you just can't really get away from it. But the only way to do that is for the Gunners to respond against Swansea. You can never take these games for granted, and we definitely can't take any game for granted after what happened at Old Trafford. This is equally as important as the Tottenham game, I think, because if we don't get a point in this game, if we draw, if we drop points in this game, the game against Tottenham doesn't become crucial, it just becomes redundant, because assuming Tottenham win and Leicester win midweek, we're set back like 8 points, you know, and that's just from second pretty much. You know, I think we're 3 points off second or 4 points off second. Tottenham are creating a bit of a gap, and their goal difference is through the roof. It's about 28 to our 17. We're 11 goals in arrears for Tottenham, a team that supposedly in our shadow, supposedly doesn't have the players that we have. What's the deal there, guys? The best way to go about this is to come out of the blocks, smash them hard, 3-0 by the 60th minute, and then focus on Tottenham. We don't want this game to be a grueling 90-minute winner, late winner sort of game. My starting lineup is pretty much the way we would go on a usual basis. The only changes I would make, and these are probably going to be drastic and you're probably going to write in the comments that I'm crazy, but I don't even want Walcott in the squad. I want Arsene Wenger to make a statement that if you put in even as much as a 45 minutes, let alone a match, 45 minutes of that low of standard should be intolerable. It should not be accepted at Arsenal Football Club. Every minute counts. If you can't even put in 20 or 30 minutes, you don't make the squad. Campbell is ahead of Theo Walcott. I think we can all agree there. Ox is out. We've got Welbeck back. So what's the deal there? You don't have Walcott in the squad. You have Campbell on the bench. You start with Giroud up top. You start with Welbeck on the right. You start with Alexis on the left. You start with Ozil in behind. Midfield. This is where it gets interesting. I don't think Ramsey has deserved to start the last month. He's been terrible. Do we start El Nene and Coquelin? Do we play El Nene with Coquelin? And people might say that, Jake, this is way too defensive. This is a home game against Swansea. We need to play our attacking players and score goals and win the game easily. We've played those attacking players and we still don't seem to win the game, guys. Look at the record. We're struggling to score with that lineup, with Ramsey in the team, and we're struggling to win. El Nene, defensively, is probably, as we would hope, stronger than Ramsey. He also looks offensively equally as strong, and his endurance is at quite a high standard. Let's Ramsey and let's the likes of Walcott know that if you're going to bottle it, and that's the theme of the week, bottlers. If you're going to bottle a performance like you did the other night, the next game you've got to fight for your place again in training and work your way back from the start, because it's not good enough. And we know that as fans we deserve better than that. And I was talking with my uncle the other day, he's an avid Arsenal supporter, and he agrees that it's almost a personality thing. We need players in the team that are going to fight for the badge. They're going to fight for the 3 points. And we don't have that many players. Now, I don't want this to be too negative again, because that was all the Man United review video. But you got to look at it. Welbeck, he always fights for it. He may not have the quality, but he has the heart and the hunger to get the result. He nearly got us back into the game at United. Alexis has always got the hunger. Giroud has always got the hunger. Ozil may not always have the hunger, but he's always got that bit of class that just sets him apart from the rest. You've got Bellerin and Monreal that are always thereabouts. El Nene, I think, is in that bracket. Coquelin is in that bracket. And Petr Cech is in that bracket. I think Mertesacker deserves to start this game. And a lot of people have mentioned if Mertesacker had started the Old Trafford game, we would have been much more stable at the back with him and Koscielny than Gabriel and Koscielny, which is a partnership we've always wanted, and we always wanted to see how they go together. But are they too similar? Are they too offensive for our liking? Do we need Mertesacker there as that slow player where he knows his limits and he knows to stay back and to hold his line and to be that protector of the back four and the rest of the team? And do we need that? Let me know. Does Mertesacker start ahead of Gabriel in the next game? And also, in the comments below, guys, who comes out from the Old Trafford clash? I think Walcott and Ramsey do not deserve to start. I think you just take out Walcott, shift Welbeck to the right, and bring Giroud in, and then bring El Nene for his first start with Coquelin and trial that and see how we go. Because Defensively, I think we've been lacking, even against younger teams, inexperienced teams like the Uniteds, like the Hull Cities even in the FA Cup. I think it's worth starting that sort of structure and give El Nene a bit more freedom. Just kind of tell him, you don't have to be too defensive, but happy to go forward when we're attacking. This is our chance, guys. We need to get 6 points out of the next two. Anything less, and I genuinely think the title is just slipping away. What do you guys think? Do you think that the next two games are critical and we need to win them, or would you be happy to win the Swansea game and draw to Tottenham? Because I think a draw away to Tottenham isn't a terrible result, but for Tottenham, it's a pretty good result. So we need to go all out for that game, and that's why I want the Swansea game to be just kind of a routine win. But we have not had one of them in a long time. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think. This was more of a kind of just a collection of thoughts leading on from the Old Trafford clash. I'm just very interested to know what your lineup would be, because I really genuinely think that surely Arsene Wenger can't keep the same lineup, because to me that's saying, and that's telling the players that those performances, guys, they're acceptable. No matter, going away to United, going away to a young shitty team, if you lose, you get a start in the next game. That should not be tolerated. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. I'll be putting up my review for the video later in the week, and then obviously my preview for the big North London derby, where I might actually have my Spurs mate, so it could be quite interesting. Go nice on him. Actually don't. Anyway, guys, thanks very much, and I'll see you later.